What is going on, y'all? It's your boy VeLL back with another Mobile Legends video, and this is actually going to be a different type of video. So this is going to be a Mobile Legends experiment is what I'm going to call it. And I actually got this idea from Ask VeLL. So on my how to command space video, he actually left a comment. Like, I was talking about Hilda and how like the positioning of Hilda and what space you want to command matters a lot. And he basically left a comment. He said he liked the command in space part, but he said Hilda's kind of trash. So I was like, I'm thinking Hilda's pretty decent because she does some work. So what I decided to do was an experiment. I wanted to test Hilda against every single hero. And I stopped after 3 heroes, and you're about to understand why. So we started off with Alpha. We wanted 5 items. I just went ahead and threw 5 Blade of Despairs on Hilda. And I threw 5 Blades of Despairs on Alpha. My homie Falconair. So if you want to check out his channel is going to be in the description of this video. He helped me out with this video. So yeah, go ahead, check out his channel. But yeah, my homie Falconair, he had started off with Alpha. We both put 5 Blades of Despair. Well, first off, we started off with only 1 Blade of Despair because we wanted to test out who was stronger early game. So we tested out who was stronger early game between Alpha and Hilda, and no shocker, Alpha. Then we went into the bushes to see who was stronger early game. Once again, Alpha, he was stronger early game. So then that's how we sort of tested it. We tested it because if you know what Hilda's passive is, she's a bit stronger in the bushes because she's constantly regenerating health. So we tested her 1 time in the bushes and 1 time out of the bushes. And that's basically what we did to test out this theory. Then we did it late game with Alpha and Hilda, and guess who won? Alpha. So we said, okay, let's move on to the next hero. Let's move on to like Alucard. Now I thought I had this one because Alucard didn't have a slow or anything. Alucard wasn't going to freaking stun me like Alpha did. So I thought I could stand a chance against Alpha, but I mean against Alucard. But then yeah, when it came down to go early game and late game, Hilda got destroyed again inside of the bush and out of the bush. Then I did the ultimate test. Like, this was just the deciding factor for me. this was really the deciding factor for me. So what happened was I was like, okay, she just got took out by 2 fighters. 1v1, she cannot hang with these 2 fighters. So let's do one more test here just to make sure, because I didn't want to waste my time doing every single fighter if she couldn't get past this one test. So some of you might already know where I'm going with this right now, but I was like, go ahead and pick Bane. Go ahead and pick Bane, and Bane absolutely obliterated Hilda. Like, how? How is this possible? Inside of bushes, out of bushes, like, Bane freaking put in work, yo. And honestly, when it comes to Bane, I only had him test Bane with me early game. Because yeah, I was like, well, with only 1 item, because I'm like, she can't get past Bane with 1 item. I wasn't even gonna waste my time going to late game because I knew what was gonna happen. Bane was gonna destroy her again. So at the point where I used Bane and he just absolutely destroyed Hilda early game, and I think, in my perspective, early game was when she's the most viable. Yeah, it's just like, nah. So basically, my conclusion from this experiment with Hilda is that she's not that viable of a hero right now at all. And the reason for that is, like, the reason that she gets so many kills, and I've been getting a lot of kills with Hilda, is because I was going against squishies and I had backup. So if you have some other tanks surrounding you, like we did all tank comp, like if you have other tanks surrounding you, yeah, the other tanks are going to be the ones taking all the damage. So that's going to leave Hilda to sit there and do her petty damage. And then when you're going up against assassins and stuff, assassins and ADC, they're a bit more squishy. But going head to head with a fighter, nah, it's a bad idea to do that with Hilda. Because yeah, she can't hang against any fighter. Like, the fact that she can't take Bane, I know she can't take any other fighter in the class. So yeah, Bane the God is the deciding factor. If you Bane can't, like, you have to be able to beat Bane to be viable. Like that, he's like the, I don't know, he's like the little gateway to success. Like, if you can get past the Bane gateway, there's hope for you. But if you can't get past that, if you can't get past Bane, like, you need some work. So yeah, I agree with Ask VeLL. Actually, Hilda definitely needs to be reworked. Now, she is still viable. She has her uses, but not really. I wouldn't even call it viable. Like, she's good in certain situations, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, when it comes to using Hilda, I definitely don't honestly recommend using her right now, outside of if you're trying to have some fun, just try her out and stuff like that, because she's a very fun hero to use. Don't get me wrong, she's a fun hero to use, but when you're actually trying to compete at a higher level and stuff, when you choosing heroes, you have to really think about what job you want done. Like, so when you're choosing a fighter, what are you trying to accomplish by choosing that fighter? Do you want them to be able to stun and have crowd control? Do you want them to be able to deal a lot of damage? Like, what do you want the hero to be able to do? Do you want them to be able to tank and then hit at the same time? Do you want like a hybrid type of build on the hero? What do you want to be able to do with that hero? And if you think about Hilda, when it comes to being a tank, there's tanks that can do the tanking job way better than her, so there's no point in using her as a tank. Like, why use Hilda when you can use Johnson? He can actually slow the enemy team, he can stun the enemy team, and he can take more damage than Hilda. So why would you want to use Hilda as a tank? Because there's other tanks that can do Hilda's job better. And then you got Tigreal, who can pull the entire team towards your team. So why would you want to use Hilda over Tigreal? Like, there's so many other alternatives that can do more and bring more value to a game if you're using them as a tank. So Hilda was never going to be a good tank in my mind. But moving on to the fighter aspect, if every single fighter can take out Hilda head on, there's really no point in building Hilda as a fighter either. So yeah, this is basically what I've discovered with this experiment. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And also, what heroes do you want me to test next? Like, I kind of want to find out who the best fighter is. So I think that this is a new series that I'm going to start. I'm going to do different experiments, different fun stuff, and see what we can discover about some of the heroes in Mobile Legends. And this is actually some good information to know to help you make better picks. Because yeah, me personally, I'm definitely never trying to compete with Hilda, because yeah, based on the test, like, she has no crowd control or anything. Like, she's just not viable right now, and that was learned through actually testing out doing these weird and crazy experiments. So this is just something fun that I decided to do because Dave said, oh, I don't think she's viable, and I wanted to see, is he right? So yeah, he's definitely right. So make sure you go check out As Dave as well. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this experiment. Let me know what hero you want me to do next. Who do you want me to test and see if they can go against certain heroes and stuff like that? It can be any class. It doesn't have to be a fighter, any hero. Like, yeah, we're just going to be doing weird experiments. And let me know if you want me to try any other experiments down in the comment section below. Drop a thumbs up if you're going to enjoy this new series. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on the notifications to join the notification squad. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace out.